Welcome back. So we're going to move on from where we stopped in the last video. I told you we're going to do that in the next video, and we want to look at section breaks now. Okay, so why do you need a section break? You need a section break when something about the page layout has to change. So if you want to change the page layout of your document, then you need a section break. Let's say, for example, this is page 1, which is portrait. This is page 2, which is portrait. But now the next page, you want it to be landscape. You need a section break for that. Do you understand? So to achieve that, you will need to use a section break. And then when you now choose another layout for that page, then you can have it clearly marked. So that's when you need a page break. You also, that's when you need a section break. You also need a section break when, let's say in this document as it is, from this place to this place, look at the margin is still one, left, right, and all that. But peradventure, you don't want this type of margin again for the next paragraph. You want the next paragraph to shift to the left a little to take part of the margin. So you want to close that margin by 0.5. So you want your left margin to be 0.5 and you want your right margin to be 0.5. You can still achieve that with section break. So that's what your section break does for you. Okay, you can equally have your section break being applied to your odd pages and your even pages. What are odd pages? 1, 3, 7, 9, 11 and all that. You know what odd numbers mean. So then you can also apply it to even pages like 2, 4, 6, 8 and all that. Do you understand? So these are things that you can achieve with your section break. So let's start with the first section break, which is the page section break. That is section break that affects the next page. So let's look at it. So we have portrait here, but after this I'll just click enter. Let me put full stop here to end that, then I'll click enter. So press enter on your keyboard, and here now I want to apply a section break. So let's go now to layout. Click layout tab is where you need to click. Then you come to the page setup section or group. Then you come to breaks. Then right here, come to section break. Can you see that? Section break. So look at section break, insert a section break and start the new section, the next page. So that's what we want to do. So click it now. You will notice that it has jumped that page to another page. So this is another section now. So I can apply a new layout to this section. Okay. So, and if you want to see that section break symbol, you can go back to your home tab, then select your non-printing characters, turn it on, then we can scroll back and see. Can you see? Section break next page. That has been applied. That's why you have this now. I hope you understand. So that's that. So we're going to move on. So I'll turn it off again for me to be able to see things clearly. So now for this particular section, I want it to be landscape. So I'm going to go to layout. I'm going to select my orientation landscape. And you're going to notice that, look at it now. Can you see now? Look at portrait. We're coming to another section now. It's what? Landscape. Can you see that? So after this one now, to go back to portrait, you will still have to create another section break. So what do you do from here now? Go back to layout tab, go back to what's it called now? Breaks. Then go to next page. Can you see that? So this is another section. I can decide to bring back the portrait. Now look at it. So it's a mixture of portrait, landscape, portrait. After this portrait, if I still want another landscape, I can do another section break. Do you understand? So it means right on this document, I now have 3 sections. This is 1, portrait is 1, landscape is 1. This is another one, 3 sections on this document. So that's how to create a section page, a section page that affects the next page. Okay, so let's look at the next one, which is continuous section break. So let's look at it. The one we've just applied is next page section break. So let's look at continuous section break. Now, as I was saying the other time, let's assume that before I deal with the continuous section break, don't get it confused. That doesn't mean that the only thing you can now do is to set the page orientation. You can do anything. You can change the margins as well. Do you understand? So if you want the margin, you might still want your portrait here, but peradventure maybe you want a different margin for that page. So you can select it. So it will only affect this page. Do you understand? That you've created. So let's go to Home for you to see where the section breaks are. Do you understand? Look at it now. This is a section break. This is another section break. So you need to understand that. I hope you're following. So that's the way it is. But I want that landscape so as to demarcate it clearly that there's a page break there. Do you understand? That's just what I was trying to achieve. So just to show you that it's a different layout entirely. But that doesn't mean that it's only landscape. It's only orientation layout that can affect the section break. No, you can change anything. It could be that the first 2 pages you used a paper size A4, but now for the next one you want another paper size, which is, let's say, letter or ledger or whatever, or A3 paper. Do you understand? So these are things that you could achieve with your section break. So let's say after this one, so I have landscape. Okay, so here now I want another section break. So, and I want it to be on the next page. So here now, let's say I want another paper size, maybe A3. Look at A3 paper now. Very long. Can you see it? So look at the paper portrait. So this is another, how do I put it? Another section entirely. This is a bigger paper. It's your A3 paper is almost times 2. It's even times 2 of your A4. So when you bring 2 A4 sized papers together, you're going to have A3. So that's what you need to understand about that. So you now know how to insert a section, next page section break. So let's look at continuous section break now. Continuous section break. How do you do that? So you want it to continue on the same page, the section break. Let's say this is one section and I want to make this paragraph another section. So how do I do that? All I need to do is to come to the beginning of that paragraph. Yeah, you can also click at the end of the first section. Then you now go to breaks. Then you select continuous. So from this point now, you can change any of this. Do you understand? You can change any of this. You can change the margin. Let's change the margin, for example. Let's make it narrow. Look at the narrow now. Can you see that it has affected that section? This one is aligning correctly. So somebody can be saying, why is this one like this? And this one is just inside. You know what affected it is the section break you applied and the formatting you applied to each of the sections. So that's how to achieve that. I hope you understand it now. So it's clear. Okay. So I want to believe on your own, you should be able to now apply section breaks to your document. Okay. So we also have an even page, which I talked about the other time. This only insert, a section break and start the new section on the next even number page. Do you understand? So let's say, for example, this is page 1. This is, let's see, where is page 1? So this is page 1 now. Let's say this is page 2, this is page 3, and this is page 4. Can you see that? So now if I want to apply a new section here and I say it's even page section that I want to apply, if I come to this place, it's going to become page 2. Can you see that? So I have it on page 2. I hope you understand that. So because even number is 2, so you're going to have it there. Do you understand? So it only affects pages that are even numbers. Do you understand? While the one for odd will only affect pages that are odd numbers. Do you understand? So page 1, page 3, page 5, page 7 will be affected by this odd page section break. So you need to understand that. So if you look at it now, it has pushed that thing to page 2. So this is page 2 now. For odd, it won't be like that. It has to be on the odd page. So if I do for odd page now, let's go there, break. Now I want to be after the full stop. So let's do the page break for the odd page. So odd page will affect the first page. Can you see now? It's page 3 now. That will be affected. So these are things that you need to, try on your own, mind you, you may not need these section breaks. Most of the documents that people prepare, don't require section breaks and all that. Do you understand that? So, but if yours requires that, then you can apply the section break. Do you understand that? One thing I need to also tell you is that if you remove this what's it called now, this particular break that you're looking at now, maybe you change it to something else and all that, it's going to affect the rest of the sections. Do you understand that? So let's say, for example, if I want to remove this, I think I used what's it called, narrow here. If I remove the narrow and I take it back to normal, so you can see it's going to align back. Do you understand that? So you must understand that as you're removing it, it's going to come back to where it was in the first place. I hope you get what I'm saying. So that's how it works. And I want to believe that you've learned something from the page break now. Sorry, from the section breaks. So let's look at line numbers. I want to see that. If you want line numbers to show on your document, you want number to be assigned to what's it called now, the lines on your documents. You can do that. You see none. That's why we're not seeing any number. If you say continuous, can you see from here now it starts applying the number to it. Can you see 1, 2, 3? It left the first section because it's seeing this section as a different section entirely. Can you see that? So can you see that? So that is what you need to understand. So it's going to be continuous. If you come back, you see restart at each page. So for this one, it means if you have 3 pages full of text and you have a lot of lines there, so the first page like this will be numbered, Do you understand? 1 to maybe 20. Then when it gets to the second page, instead of continuing like this, this thing now, this one page, then the second page now it's continuing. Can you see 20, 21? But if you see, this is continuous now. So it continues from the next page. But if you select restart at each page, it means anytime it gets to another page, this number would start again from 1. Do you understand that? So this number will end here, but start another page with number 1. So it depends on what you want to achieve. You can also say restart each section. That is, every section, when the number gets to the end of a section, it stops there, then start afresh with another section. So that is what this one does. Then suppress for current paragraph means it will not affect that paragraph that you have selected. Do you understand that? So if I say suppress for current paragraph, as you can see now, it has taken it out. So it won't count that particular paragraph, in the numbering. So you can see that it's taken out now. So if I go back to it and remove that, if I uncheck it, it's going to come back and the number will be assigned to it. So that's what you need to understand about that. Okay. Now, I also need to point your attention to hyphenation. Look at what you have here. Can you see this dash? Entertaining. They are together. But because the space could not take what's it called, the entire word together within that space, what happened? It introduced this dash, this hyphen. Do you understand? That's why they call it hyphenation. So making it to continue from the next line. So if you use this, it can save some space for you while typing. Do you understand what I'm saying? But in today's world, I don't think this is acceptable, and you should use a normal typing for whatever you're doing. Do you understand that you may not use hyphenation? Look at it now. It's because I selected automatic. So if I don't want it again, if I say none, so let me select everything. So how do you select the entire document? All you need to do is to triple click at your margin, your selection bar, at your selection bar. Your selection bar is within the margin area. Can you see that? So if I triple click, it's going to select everything for me. So if I go to hyphenation and say none, you see that the entertainment has come together. So, but if you look at the spaces in between these words, you see that they are a bit scattered. So because word has a feature to ensure that that word spreads across the line. Do you understand? But if you say it should do, let me select everything again. You triple click at the selection. This is the selection bar on your margin. When you see this particular symbol you're looking at, the mouse pointer faces the right, it tells you that you're already on the selection bar. When you click once, you want to click a line. When you double click, you want to click, when you click once, you want to select a line. When you double click, you want to select a paragraph. But when you triple click, you want to select the entire document. Do you understand that? So that's how it works. So let me insert the hyphenation back. Let's look at it. Can you see now that the words are evenly distributed, but the hyphen has been introduced? So I would encourage that you don't use that, except you are asked to do that. So thank you. So I think you've been able to learn something from these section breaks, the line numbers and all that. And let's go to print. Let's see how it's going to appear. Look at the line numbers. Can you see them? They're going to appear like that. But can you see those non-printing characters? They won't show because we call them non-printing characters. They're just there to show you different things that you've applied in different places. Section breaks, page break, the full stops, the paragraph, and all that, just to guide you. Do you understand? Just like I explained in the previous and the earlier video that I did on that. Okay? So line numbers will appear. If you print it, it's going to show. So you must understand that. So if you don't want the line number again, all you need to do is to select your entire document by triple clicking. Then you go to line numbers and say none. Do you understand? And it's going to remove it. So that's how it works. And if you don't want the what was it called now, the non-printing characters again, you know where to put it off. Can you see what we have now? So this is it. So I'm sure you've learned something from this. So you now know how to create sections on your document and all that. So that's how to create those documents, and I believe you should be able to try all this on your own. So keep rehearsing, over and over again, and you're going to master it. So thank you. See you in the next video.